The final chapter of your dissertation is not just an afterthought. It's your chance to synthesize your hard work, showcase your insights, and leave a lasting impression on your readers. This chapter is where you tie all the threads together. Think of it as the closing act of a captivating performance. Just as a great play leaves the audience in awe, you've laid out your arguments, presented your evidence, and now it's time to bring it all together in a satisfying and thought-provoking conclusion. This is your moment to shine. Begin your final chapter by reminding your readers of the journey you've taken them on. Reflect on the path you've traveled. Briefly restate your research objectives or questions, emphasizing their importance and relevance, highlighting the key themes and areas of focus. This will help your readers recall the core of your research. This will provide a clear context for the discussion that follows. It's like setting the stage for the final act. Then, offer a concise overview of the chapter's structure, giving your readers a roadmap to follow, outlining the key sections you'll be covering. This helps in maintaining clarity and focus. For example, if your dissertation explored consumer behavior and sustainability in the fashion industry, you might start your introduction like this. This dissertation aimed to investigate the factors influencing consumer preferences for sustainable fashion choices. This chapter synthesizes the findings, drawing connections between your research and existing literature, connecting them to existing literature, and discusses their broader implications, for businesses and policymakers. This is where you highlight the significance of your work and discusses their implications for businesses and policymakers. Additionally, it acknowledges the study's limitations and offers recommendations for future research. This transparency adds credibility to your work. By setting the stage clearly and concisely, you ensure that your readers are well prepared for the insights and arguments that follow. You'll prepare your readers for the insights and arguments presented in the rest of your final chapter. It's your opportunity to create a roadmap that guides them through your concluding thoughts. And leaves them with a clear understanding of your dissertation's contributions. This final chapter is your chance to make a lasting impact and leaves them with a clear understanding of your dissertation's contributions. Make sure to end on a strong note, summarizing the key takeaways and emphasizing the importance of your research in the broader academic landscape. With the stage set, it's time to delve into the heart of your final chapter, discussing your findings. This is where you weave together the different threads of your research, highlighting the connections between your data and the existing body of knowledge. Start by presenting your key findings in a clear and concise manner. Avoid simply reiterating the results presented in earlier chapters. Instead, focus on interpreting their meaning and significance within the broader context of your research questions. For instance, if your research revealed that consumers are more likely to purchase sustainable fashion if brands are transparent about their production processes, you could discuss this finding in relation to existing literature on consumer trust and ethical consumption. As you discuss your findings, be sure to engage critically with the existing literature. Are your findings consistent with previous research? Do they challenge existing assumptions or offer new insights? By connecting your work to the broader scholarly conversation, you demonstrate the value and relevance of your research. Having discussed your findings in detail, it's essential to circle back to your initial research objectives or questions. This ensures that your research remains focused and relevant to the original goals you set out to achieve. This section demonstrates that you've successfully addressed the issues you set out to investigate. It shows that your research has a clear direction and purpose, and that you have stayed true to your initial intentions. Summarize how your findings answer each objective or question, highlighting the key insights and contributions of your research. This not only reinforces the importance of your work, but also provides a clear roadmap for readers to follow. Remember to maintain a clear and logical structure, addressing each objective or question in turn. This helps in making your research more accessible and easier to understand for your audience. For each one, provide a concise summary of your findings and their implications. This will help in drawing clear connections between your research questions and the answers you have discovered. If your research involved hypotheses, state whether your findings supported or refuted them. This is crucial for validating the scientific rigor of your study and for providing a clear conclusion to your research efforts. For example, if one of your research objectives was to identify the barriers preventing consumers from adopting sustainable fashion choices, you might summarize your findings by stating, "The study identified several barriers to sustainable fashion consumption, including a lack of information about sustainable brands, perceived higher costs, and concerns about the durability and style of sustainable clothing." These insights are valuable for both academics and practitioners looking to promote sustainable fashion. By directly addressing your research objectives or questions, you provide a clear and concise overview of your study's contributions. This not only highlights the significance of your work, but also sets the stage for future research. This section helps readers understand the significance of your work and its implications for future research and practice. It also provides a foundation for others to build upon, ensuring that your research has a lasting impact. Section 4. Embracing imperfection, acknowledging study limitations. Every research study, no matter how well designed, has limitations. Acknowledging these limitations is crucial for maintaining your academic integrity and demonstrating your understanding of the research process. This section demonstrates your ability to critically evaluate your own work and acknowledge its boundaries. When discussing limitations, be honest and specific. Don't shy away from identifying potential weaknesses in your research design, data collection methods, or sample size. However, it's crucial to frame these limitations in a balanced way. Explain how these limitations might have influenced your findings and suggest ways to mitigate them in future research. For instance, you could acknowledge that your study focused on a specific demographic, like young adults, and geographical location, such as a single city. Explain how these factors might limit the generalizability of your findings to other populations or contexts. By transparently addressing your study's limitations, you enhance the credibility of your research and provide valuable insights for future researchers seeking to build upon your work. Section 5. Lighting the way. Recommendations for future research. Despite the limitations inherent in any single study, your dissertation doesn't mark the end of the road. Instead, it serves as a crucial foundation for future scholarly endeavors. It represents a stepping stone for further exploration and discovery, opening doors to new questions and possibilities. The recommendations for future research section is where you illuminate potential paths forward, suggesting avenues for building upon your work. This is your opportunity to guide the next wave of research in your field. This section allows you to demonstrate your ability to think critically about the broader implications of your research and identify promising areas for future investigation. It showcases your foresight and understanding of the field's evolving landscape. When formulating your recommendations, consider the following. Did your research raise any new questions that warrant further investigation? Are there gaps that future studies could address? Could your study be replicated or expanded using different methods or data sources? What alternative approaches could yield new insights? Do your findings suggest new avenues for theoretical development or refinement? How might your work influence future theoretical frameworks? For example, you might recommend conducting a longitudinal study to examine how consumer attitudes towards sustainable fashion evolve over time. This could provide valuable insights into changing behaviors and trends. Alternatively, you could suggest exploring the effectiveness of different marketing strategies in promoting sustainable consumption. This could help identify the most impactful approaches. By offering concrete and well-reasoned recommendations, you not only contribute to the ongoing scholarly conversation, but also inspire future researchers to delve deeper into the complexities of your chosen field. Your insights can pave the way for groundbreaking discoveries and advancements.